Well, fellas, I don't know what the devs are on, but I want some. Because we have a few new ships that were announced today, and they are something, alright. They're quite the amalgamation of characteristics and armament here, and they get pretty wacky. We've been talking about for some time how they're kind of running out of real ships to go off of, and they're going off of designs, and now they're going off of variants of designs, and now we're getting to the, well, what if this or what if that stage for sure. But these ships are pretty wacky, and that's what we're going to be going through in today's video. I will link to this devblog in the description down below so you can read along as I read aloud. Any relevant images or artwork will be tossed up on screen as we are going through the devblog. So you can check out the link if you want to get more detail, or you can just, enjoy the nice whatever gameplay I decide to throw in the background for this video. And also subscribe while you're down there and drop a like if you do enjoy the video before you click off of it. Helps out tremendously on the YouTube side of things. Alright, so this devblog, in the first half of it, they go through the French destroyers, but we already talked about them. They're basically like short-range torpedo boats if you're wondering what they are, but you can again check that out in the top half of the article. Down in the second half of the article is where they go over these new ships. We get 1, 2, 3 ships in this half of the article, so let's take a look at them. First up is the new Tier 9 Premium Soviet cruiser, the Kozma Minin. That's as close as you're going to get me to saying however the hell you pronounce that, but yeah, enjoy that. So, they say this is a hypothetical design based on naval relations between the USSR and Germany in 1939 through 1940, which explains the main battery consisting of German 20.3 centimeters, so 203 millimeter guns, and post-war Soviet cruiser design, especially the Project 65, the in-game Donskoy, from whom the ship inherited its basic architecture. The ship is named after the Russian historical figure of the 17th century, a name which had been historically earmarked for one of the unfinished Project 68 cruisers. Kozma will feature a unique blend of characteristics, combining traits from both German and Soviet cruisers. With a main battery of 8 230mm guns, similar to those found on Admiral Hipper, she possesses good HE penetration, high AP damage, and comfortable long-range ballistics. Access to Soviet radar and standard engine boost consumables will give her some additional flexibility in battles. However, her vulnerable citadel, bad maneuverability, and poor concealment can lead to trouble when caught in close combat. Additionally, the ship has access to repair party on separate slot, with hydroacoustic search and DFAA in the same slot. In battle, Kozma will best be utilized at range, pushing her speed and shell ballistics to work. Her 12-kilometer radar may be used to support friendly destroyers, while her high-damage AP can punish the broadsides of enemy ships. So she has Hipper guns on a Donskoy hull at Tier 9, but good ballistics at range, which the Germans already have good ballistics on their AP, so it sounds like it's German AP through and through. So, yeah, or maybe it's like spiced up German AP. So that's a interesting take. So you're taking the Donskoy, which is the light cruiser at Tier 9, giving it German heavy cruiser guns. And yeah, so basically you're putting Hipper guns on a Donskoy. Well, not basically, that is what's happening. I'm going to assume that her accuracy is going to be a little bit better than Hipper. What's the reload time on these guns? 9.5 seconds. Maximum exposure 161 meters and a sigma of 2.05. So, yeah. Their historical explanation there is kind of odd, because obviously the relationship between the Soviets and the Germans were, well, a little tainted, shall we say, in 1939. Well, not 1939, in the 40s. So I'm not sure they would still be handing over, guns to them by then. But maybe, if the Germans did invade Russia till way later, maybe so at that point. But the Donskoys also, were definitely a later war project if they would have been seen through and through, right? So, I mean, yeah, okay, just for the goofiness and the weird factor, alright, I'm kind of down. Getting the Hipper guns on a tougher hull. Well, I don't know, not really a tougher hull, but a higher tier hull, like the Donskoy, being able to use them at range. Okay, maybe that might work. I guess we'll have to see when she comes out. The next ship, though, is what really caught my attention. So we're getting a tier 10 French cruiser called the Brennus, which those of you that have been around for some time, the Brennus was the name given to the Henry IV test version when they were testing out her reload booster. Believe it or not, the French cruisers didn't always have those reload boosters. They got those, like 4 years ago? Anyway, so they say an alteration of cruiser Henry IV with 7 305mm main battery guns, a post-war incarnation of the Crosseur de Bataille concept. I think I murdered that because I used the Spanish double L pronunciation. Anyway, the ship carries the name of the famous Celtic chieftain Brennus, 4th century BC. The name was adopted from the name pool of Saint Louis the name was adopted from the name pool of Saint Louis class cruisers. Okay, that's kind of proper English. Old timers may recognize the name Brennus, once used to test the addition of main battery reload booster, the Henry IV. There you go. In years prior, she now makes a return to the game in her own right. Featuring a powerful main battery of 7 305mm guns, high AP penetration, and excellent ballistics. Combined with her good reload time and high speed, will make Brennus a fearsome opponent at long range. Ship has access to improved engine boost and repair party consumables on separate slots. I wonder if she means like improved engine boost and improved repair party. We'll see here in a second. In a pinch, 6 torpedoes per side may also present a deterrent to enemy ships at close range. However, Brennus has slow turret rotation, a low number of barrels that impair her salvo weight, and poor armor. In battle, Brennus will truly shine with a savvy captain at the helm, utilizing her high speed to take unexpected positions and punish the broadsides of enemy ships with her excellent AP shells, so like a lot of other French ships. Skillful dodging may also be required. Enemy battleships will present a significant threat due to her poor armor. So you might have noticed she has 7 305mm guns, but as you also might notice, her turrets in the front are twin turrets. That's correct. The rear turret does have 3 barrels. So some proper French goofiness. I'm honestly surprised they didn't give it like a quad barrel turret in the rear and a tri-barrel turret in the bow, because that would be like proper French goofiness according to Wargaming. So let's take a look at her stats. So 53,300 HP, 25mm plating. She does have 60-second fires. So her main battery guns, they have a range of 20.3 kilometers base, maximum AP shell damage of 8,700 with an 870 meters a second initial velocity. That's pretty good. Reload time of 13.5 seconds base. Okay. Her turret's traverse time is 30 seconds, 2.05 sigma, and 173 meter maximum dispersion. So she does have dual guns, which might mean she's affected by dual gun syndrome, which is the phenomenon in game where it seems that large calibers that come out of a twin-barreled turret seem to just have god-awful dispersion, despite how good their sigma is. Unless you have like cracked sigma and cruiser dispersion like they did with the Shikishima. But I guess we'll see when she comes out. So she gets... Okay, it's a normal repair party. 266.5 HP per second. Engine boost, though, maximum speed 20% for how long? 180 seconds. So, yeah, very nice engine boost. I like this. I like this concept. And, you know, it's very French. It fits the playstyle. It's just a little bit different because you have large guns, so you're going for more of that alpha strike rather than, you know, whittling them down with, like, the Henry AP and such. So, I'm on board with the Brennus. I'm excited to see what she does, you know, finally come out as. Alright, and then last but not least, we are getting another American super ship. I guess they saw how much the main was going for and they said, you know what, let's make another one. But it's not a super battleship this time. It is indeed a super Worcester. So, it's called the Jacksonville. They say, a further development of the Worcester class cruiser with 15 6-inch dual-purpose guns based on proposals in the early 1940s that featured dual-purpose cruisers be armed with 3-gun turrets. So it's the Worcester, but you have tri-turrets instead of dual turrets. The cruiser is named after the city of Jacksonville, Florida, not only a remarkable location in the Sunshine State with a long and rich history, but also one of the largest naval bases in the U.S. since World War II. Crowning the American light cruiser line, Jacksonville represents the best qualities of the ships before her: a fast reloading main battery of 15 152mm guns capable of putting out incredible amounts of damage, fast turret rotation, strong AA characteristics, good concealment, and a versatile set of consumables. She also comes with a trick up her sleeve: combat instructions which will temporarily boost her HE penetration, offsetting the typical weakness of light cruisers. Poor ballistics and weak armor, similar to Worcester, represent the most serious drawbacks for the ship. Captains already familiar with light cruiser gameplay will feel at home with Jacksonville. Effective use of cover, such as islands or smoke, will be crucial to making the best use of her main battery. Her strong AA suite and access to surveillance radar also make Jacksonville an excellent support vessel. Effective teamwork with friendly ships will make Jacksonville a fearsome presence on the seas. Additionally, the ship has access to DFAA, Repair Party, and Hydro in separate slots. So again, it's literally just like a beefed up Worcester here. So what do these guns have for a reload time? 5x3, 152s, a 5-second reload time. So that's of course before like adrenaline rush kicks in. So once you get adrenaline rush going, once you get the ship built too, it's going to be obviously much slower than that. Well, not too much slower, but lower nonetheless. So yeah, her combat instruction, what do they do though? Direct hits with... you get a 25% boost to the HE penetration. So you basically get IFHE on demand without having to give up the fire chance. That's nuts. What's your fire chance? 12% per shell, 15 shells a salvo. Yeah, things going to be starting plenty of fires there. So yeah, some pretty cracked out ships coming down the pipeline. Another American super ship. I think the American tech tree, I think, has the most super ships, doesn't it? That's nuts. I mean, the American tech tree is already massive, and yeah, the U.S. did have a massive navy after World War II, so it kind of makes sense, but it's like, golly, wargaming. I mean, we still have a couple of lines that don't have super ships at the end of it yet, and, well, America's getting yet another one, so there it is, ladies and gentlemen. So, guys, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. If you did enjoy, make sure to drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and all of that jazz. Hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Hope to catch you guys in the next one.